Previously on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
I just don't think this is the time to play games and politics. The American people needs us. It has been 2 weeks of chaos. Can we go back to work and get serious about it? Can we all just do the right thing and elect Jim Jordan Speaker today?
From Hollywood, it's Jimmy Kimmel Live. Tonight, Simu Liu, Jim Jeffries, and music from Mike Towers with Cleto and the Cletones. And now, Jimmy Kimmel!
Quiet you down, but we have no time for fun tonight. Our pumpkin-headed former president was mouth-breathing his way through another day in court today. I don't know if this is not the January 6th insurrection cases. That's in Washington. It's not to be confused with the election tampering case that's in Georgia, or the stolen documents case in Florida, or the Stormy Daniels or E. Jean Carroll cases that are also in New York. This is his fraud trial in New York. I know it's really hard to keep track, but Donnie Cochran has been using this trial as a platform to air grievances, particularly about the gag order the judge put on him in Washington.
The judge said, basically, I don't have a right to speak, and I'm being restricted. My speech has been taken away from me. I'm a candidate that's running for office, and I'm not allowed to speak.
Did all 15 microphones get that? Only Donald Trump would claim he's not allowed to speak while speaking to 40 cameras at a press conference. But one axe Trump's been grinding over and over is that he was denied the chance to have a jury trial in this case, which is not true. His dummy lawyers forgot to request a jury trial, which means he's definitely not paying them. But watch here, pay attention to the woman on the left. She's his lawyer. She's part of the team that dropped the ball on making the jury request.
It's very unfair. We don't get a jury trial. There's no jury. I want a jury. I'm entitled to a jury. I'm not allowed to have a jury. I never heard of that before. I don't get the option. If I begged for a jury, they wouldn't give me a jury. I get no jury.
Junior Melania's like, I hope he doesn't look back here, because according to prosecutors, Trump illegally inflated the value of his properties in order to secure loans and deflated the value of those same properties for tax purposes. And there's nothing that makes him madder than when somebody challenges how much money he's worth.
Based on her convincing the judge that Mar-A-Lago was worth $18 million instead of $1 billion to $1.5 billion, which would sell very easily. Based on that, he ruled against me. He ruled fraud. I mean, he said fraud. They are the fraudulent people, because they ruled a house that was worth 18. They put down it's worth 18 million, and it's worth maybe close to 100 times that amount.
Yeah, let's trust the numbers from the guy who claimed he weighs 215 pounds. He said his house, he went on to say his house is worth more than any house in the world. I guess that includes Buckingham Palace, I don't know. And when he was done bragging about his house, he took a moment to weigh in on the house where Trump's little wrestling buddy, Jim Jordan, is having a hell of a time trying to get elected speaker.
Jim will be Speaker of the House. He's a fantastic young man. He's pretty young still, and he's very strong, he has very proper opinions about our country. He loves our country. He wants to see it do well, and I think he's going to be confirmed sometime soon.
Yeah, hang on one second. Can you go back to because I want to know, who is this little fella? That is in the bow tie, peering menacingly over his Orville Redenbacher glasses. I don't know. We looked him up. Turns out it's one of Trump's lawyers. He found this man living in a tree, and he hired him to... But anyway, back to Jim Jordan. Trump said he would be confirmed soon, but they voted, and Jordan was not confirmed. He fell about 20 votes short, and they scrapped the second vote today. Turns out there's something about being a loser that really suits Jim Jordan. The House is expected to vote again tomorrow. The insiders are saying that one of Jordan's biggest hurdles is that no one likes him. No one in the world likes him. And so a lot of Republicans were apparently turned off by the fact that during their closed-door meeting last week, Jordan told his colleague, Steve Scalise, "America wants me," and stormed out the door, which I bet Scarlett Johansson wants you, too. It's Jim Jordan, if you don't know his story, is a particularly terrible choice for speaker because when he was a wrestling coach at Ohio State, there was a doctor sexually abusing the student athletes, according to multiple very credible witnesses, including at least 11 former members of his team. Jordan knew all about it, but didn't say anything. A man who is famous for not speaking up would like to be speaker. It's really something. Congress is now, they haven't had a speaker for 2 weeks. There's no end in sight. Maybe it's time we take away their right to choose. I don't know. And while that inability to elect a leader is obviously a symptom of the deep dysfunction within the GOP, you'll never guess who they'd like you to blame for this.
Let's go back to how it got here. We wouldn't be here if every single Democrat didn't vote with 8 Republicans to shut this place down. That's it. No,
Republicans voted against Jim Jordan today on the floor, including 2 votes from somebody who's not even a member anymore.
Every single Democrat and 8 Republicans voted to shut down one branch of government. That is why we're here today.
No. We're here today because your own party threw you out like a tray of salmon cakes from last weekend's hometown buffet. But really, how can you not blame Democrats? I mean, before McCarthy was ousted, the Republicans came to them. They said, look, we have these crazy people in our party who want to blow everything up, and we need your votes or nothing can get done. So here's what we'll do. You guys give us enough votes to elect a speaker, and in return, we'll give you nothing and call you all a bunch of communists and groomers. Deal? Hey, wait, where are you going? Don't you care about the government? And now it seems like nobody's able to unite the party. Republicans that can't get on the same page, although Matt Gaetz keeps trying to get on the female ones, but thank you. Somebody had better grab that gavel soon because the government's staring down another shutdown next month, and the House still needs to pass crucial military aid packages for Ukraine and Israel. President Biden is headed to Israel tomorrow, which it wasn't sending an 80-year-old on a dangerous mission across the globe the plot of the last Indiana Jones movie. And I'm not sure that went great, but it's a risky trip for the president, but if it goes well, it could give his campaign a boost. He just lost out on a major endorsement from, I don't know if you heard this, Waka Flacka Flame out of nowhere has decided to endorse Donald Trump. You think Trump knows who that is? You think... Excellent chance Trump thinks Waka Flacka Flame is the name of a sandwich at Burger King, but... You know, Waka hasn't always been supportive of Trump. In 2015, in fact, he tweeted, F Donald J. Trump. And in 2017, a fan threw a Trump jersey on stage while he's performing. He did this, which is not really a very nice thing to do. But this turnaround is big because, you know, as goes Waka Flacka Flame, so goes Flock of Seagulls and Chumbawamba, too. And by the way, if you're keeping track, it's important to know Trump is now up to 3 black friends. Hey, speaking of unlikely friends, did you hear about Mitt Romney and Oprah? In his new book, Ironing My Pants, Mitt Romney says that Oprah wanted to team up with him and run for president in 2020 with him as her running mate. Team Oprah is challenging that. They say it's not true, and it is hard to believe. Why would Oprah want to be president? It's a demotion from being Oprah, really. And why would she pick Mitt Romney as a running mate? According to the book, the idea was to get a powerful Democrat and a powerful Republican to join forces to give the American people something none of us want. And that would have been great, though. They could have been ebony and what's whiter than ivory? And and of course, some people don't believe Oprah has what it takes to be president of the United States. As far as I'm concerned, if you can grow a cabbage this size in your yard, you could do anything you want. You know who can use an Oprah caliber running mate right now? Mike Pence, Mike Pence is running out of money. He's down to the last penny in his loafer. The Pence campaign is reportedly $620,000 in debt. I guess his rock and roll lifestyle is finally catching up with him. Apparently, Pence has had trouble winning over Republican voters, especially the ones who tried to hang him. So his campaign is facing mounting debt, but he won't admit it because mother won't let him use the word mounting. Just out of curiosity, I looked at the Google search history from Mike Pence over the past 5 years. You know what was the moment, the single moment we were most interested in Mike Pence? That moment right there, October 7th, 2020. The moment a fly landed on his head. That was number one. Maybe that should be his running mate. But it's not all bad news for Mike Pence. He's so close to breaking 500 YouTube subscribers. And not only isn't he giving up, he's got some exciting new fundraising ideas.
Hello, Patriots. I'm former Vice President Mike Pence. As some of you may have heard, I'm running for president, although it appears many of you have not heard that, because my campaign's a little tight on El Dinero at the moment. That's why we're rolling up our sleeves and having a good old-fashioned Pence for President yard sale. This weekend, grab a piece of Pence history, like the Fonzie jacket I wore when I stared down Kim Jong-un, the dungarees I wear when I'm around common human folk. Yeehaw! My favorite milk cup, my second favorite milk cup, my Jesus is King-sized bed sheets, and the special shoes that allow me to run and clap at the same time. Be sure to come early, because the first 100 shoppers get a bowl of Mother's famous home-boiled plain noodles and butter. Mamma mia! If that doesn't give you a pepperoni in your Dockers, good luck. Come one and all to the Pence for President yard sale. No reasonable offer will be refused.
All proceeds are split between the Pence campaign and the United States Space Force.
Oh, if those Jesus seats could talk.